Residents flock to the wishing tree in Lamson on Chinese New Year's Day. The city's baby panda twins celebrate their first Lunar New Year. And China's astronauts send greetings from space. Hello, Kung Hei Fat Choi. Welcome to TVB News. It's Chinese New Year's Day, and we at TVB News would like to wish everyone a happy and healthy Year of the Snake. And the Chinese New Year night parade will be held at 8 o'clock tonight in Choi. A total of 46 teams from 14 countries and regions will perform in the event. Road and traffic measures were implemented on Canton Road in Choi at 3:30 this afternoon. Some spectators arrived early to secure good spots for the performance. The starting point of the show was the Cultural Center Piazza. The parade, which has 9 floats, will then proceed along Canton Road, Haifeng Road, and Nathan Road before reaching its destination, the Sheraton Hotel. Some residents followed the New Year tradition of wishing for good luck at the Lamson Wishing Tree in Taipo this morning. Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, Rosanna Law, also made her way to the popular landmark to wish for good fortune for Hong Kong. And it looked like her wish was granted on the spot. Timothy Lee tells us more.
Visitors at Lam Chun had a singular goal in mind: to hang their written wishes tied to an orange on the local wishing tree. Tradition says a person's wish will be granted if their wishes stay attached on the tree's branches. Some who secured their target in just one throw shared the secret behind their technique. This man said he learned from previous TVB reporters who attempted the throw. While this man said he succeeded by doing it together as a family and hopes this tradition will be preserved. Some revelers told us some of their wishes for the Year of the Snake, while some tourists joined in on the action. This man wished for world peace, as well as health and wealth for Hong Kong residents.
And the higher you get it up the tree, the luckier it is that right?
Many local stalls noted the large crowd today, which signaled a boost in business. This shop operator enjoyed the cheerful atmosphere, adding that abalone and other dried goods were popular among visitors. Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, Rosanna Law, who officiated the event's opening ceremony, wrote her wishes on a New Year Fai Chun and made artistic additions to a panda painting, reminding residents that the national treasures will meet the public next month. In just one throw, Law's wish stayed hanging on the desire-granting tree, with some calling it an auspicious sign for the city. She joked about greedily writing many wishes. Most were about blessings for families, as well as wealth, health, and beauty for fellow residents. The Lam Chun Wishing Tree event will run until the 12th of February, while the local night market will stay open until the 4th. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
Hong Kong's airport was buzzing with festive atmosphere today with the start of the 5-day Lunar New Year holidays. As of 4 p.m., more than 480,000 people had entered and left the city via different control points. Mimo Singai reports.
On the first morning of the Year of the Snake, the Hong Kong International Airport was packed with travelers. While some traveled light, others carried multiple suitcases. Check-in counters were busy. This woman said she's looking for a different Lunar New Year.
In Hong Kong for 2 months, just visit my friends, my relatives. During the Lunar New Year's, where most of the shops are closed, so therefore it seemed that a bit too quiet. So that's why I decided to go back to Canada.
To celebrate the festival and the start of a new year, the airport authority held ceremonies such as roast pig cutting and lion dance eye dotting. A Chinese New Year tradition, a dragon and lion dance show was performed. The show attracted tourists who just arrived in the city.
It's amazing. Atmosphere is very, very good because my friend arrived here for meet us, and I told him that we will stay here because it's very interesting. In Moscow, we haven't the performance like this.
Some said they wanted to learn more about the festival.
When we scheduled several months ago, we didn't even know that it was going to be the New Year. We love the orchids and flowers and the natural theme.
Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Airport Authority, Vivian Jern, said airport passenger numbers had reached post-pandemic levels over the past few days, with roughly 200,000 travelers a day. She forecasts the total airport passenger volume over the New Year holidays to rise by 30% this year.
The Airport Authority estimated about 80,000 travelers would leave Hong Kong on the first day of the Lunar New Year, with the same number of people visiting the city. Memos 9, TVB News.
The first pair of baby panda twins born in Hong Kong celebrated their first Lunar New Year. Ocean Park released the latest footage of the national treasures, wishing everyone a happy New Year of the snake. Carers of the pandas held the beloved twins as they greeted residents on the first day of Chinese New Year. Ocean Park also gave special New Year-themed boxes containing toys and snacks to the parents of the baby panda twins and the two giant pandas gifted by central authorities. And Hong Kong's first baby of the Year of the Snake was born at midnight. The female infant was born at Union Hospital and weighed around 3 kilograms. The parents of the baby girl said they were pleased with a smooth delivery and felt emotional about seeing their child for the first time. They said nothing matters more than her health. The couple said they have hired a post-birth nanny to care for the baby and currently have no plans for a second child. The Lunar New Year festivities are underway worldwide, with an estimated 2 billion people ushering in the Year of the Snake. On the mainland, the annual Spring Festival Gala on Lunar New Year's Eve set new records for real-time live broadcast viewership. Tracy Furness has more on how the mainland and other areas in the world have been celebrating the occasion.
On the mainland, multiple channels and new media platforms simultaneously broadcast the Spring Festival Gala on Lunar New Year's Eve, achieving a record-breaking viewership of over 2 billion. Spring Festival is another name for the Chinese New Year. Themed Year of the Snake Keep Your Spirits Awake, the show featured an array of singing and dancing, opera, comedy sketches, martial arts and other performances, offering an audio-visual feast to viewers tuning in from around the world. The gala was first broadcast in 1983 and is seen as a major cultural symbol for the traditional Spring Festival celebrations in China. In Taiwan, the Year of the Snake was ushered in at the historic Bao'an Temple in Taipei. As per tradition, the temple bell is struck 108 times in an attempt to chase away the 108 troubles of life. People gave thanks and prayed for health, wealth and good fortune for the 12 months ahead. Malaysia's Chinese community celebrated with firecrackers, lion dances and prayers at temples in the capital, Kuala Lumpur. Here, packed scenes at the Guandi Temple near Kuala Lumpur's Chinatown. Similar scenes in Myanmar as people flocked to temples to celebrate. Incense, smoke and joss sticks filling the air as people prayed for health and wealth. And in Moscow, a colourful procession featuring drummers, dancers and large figures of a dragon and a snake passed through the decorated central streets. The festivities will last for 10 days with outdoor exhibitions, food and souvenir markets. Muscovites are invited to walk along streets decorated with red lanterns and dragon figures, taste Chinese cuisine and watch traditional folk performances. Tracy Furness, TVB News.
Blessings for the Chinese New Year have been sent from across the planet and beyond. They come from presidents, business leaders and trade partners, to name a few. David Garrett reports.
From Chinese astronauts wishing us a happy new year celebrating Spring Festival more than 400 kilometres above the Earth, to those around the globe. Greetings poured in.
I'd like to congratulate the people of China with prosperity, peace, stability and happiness.
From Azerbaijan to the WTO.
Wish China a very happy and wonderful year of the snake. It's a year for wisdom, a year for flexibility.
Leaders from across the world.
Warmest wishes here from Davos and the World Economic Forum to the Chinese people. You have to enjoy this joyful period.
Peace, prosperity, and certainly more wealth and successes in this new year.
On behalf of the governments and the people of Kiribati, I would like to extend our warm holiday greetings and best wishes.
David Garrett, TVB News.
Still ahead, Russian President Vladimir Putin says he's willing to negotiate a peace deal with Ukraine, but Ukraine isn't keen. French President Emmanuel Macron said the Mona Lisa will get its own room in a major renovation of the Louvre. And many people killed in a stampede during a North India festival. Welcome back. Russian President Vladimir Putin said he was willing to negotiate a peace deal with Ukraine that would end the nearly 3-year war. He said he wants a deal that would protect the security of both countries, but feels Ukraine has yet to show a similar desire for peace. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, meanwhile, has told officials to provide a report after the Trump administration put a freeze on almost all foreign assistance. Nazvi Karim has more.
Russian President Vladimir Putin being shown around a factory that makes drones, which have become a key weapon in the war with Ukraine for both sides. With the war almost 3 years old, Putin said he is ready to talk peace. He was asked about his desire for a peace deal with Ukraine. With US President Donald Trump possibly looking to curtail funding for Ukraine, Putin says Kyiv's control of its territory will collapse without Western support. If there is a deal for peace, any legal issue can be overcome, Putin said. He added that so far he does not see such a desire from Kyiv. If the money stops, Ukraine will not last more than a month or two, he said.
French President Emmanuel Macron announced that the Leonardo da Vinci masterpiece Mona Lisa will get its own dedicated room inside the Louvre Museum. This is part of a major renovation and expansion of the Paris landmark that will take up to a decade to complete. The renovation project, branded Louvre New Renaissance, will include a new entrance near the River Seine that will be open in 2031, as well as the creation of underground rooms. Macron did not disclose an exact amount budgeted for the project, which is plagued with overcrowding and outdated facilities. It's estimated to reach up to 800 million euros. The last overhaul at the museum dates back to the 1980s when the iconic glass pyramid was unveiled. In India, several people were feared dead and many more injured in a stampede early today as tens of thousands of Hindus rushed to take ritual baths in sacred rivers. The Mahakumbh festival in northern India is one of the largest religious gatherings in the world. It wasn't clear what triggered the panic at the festival, in which devotees congregate to bathe where the Ganges, Yamuna, and Saraswati rivers meet. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called the incident extremely sad. The festival, which started on January 13th, is held every 12 years. More than 400 million people are expected over the next 6 weeks. Authorities have built a sprawling tent city on the riverbanks with roads, electricity, and water, 3,000 kitchens, and 11 hospitals. A fire prevention expert said people should be careful when choosing products containing lithium batteries. This came after an aircraft caught fire before leaving Busan, South Korea, for Hong Kong on Tuesday night. All passengers and crew members were evacuated. 7 Koreans were injured in the incident. South Korean media said the affected aircraft was a BX-391, Flight attendants said the fire first appeared at an overhead luggage rack in the rear of the plane. Some passengers said they heard popping sounds coming from the rack. The plane, which carried 169 passengers and 7 cabin crew members, was safely evacuated. The initial investigation said the fire was caused by electronic products or portable chargers. A Hong Kong fire prevention expert said it was fortunate that the blaze didn't happen in the air. He said people should pick lithium batteries with safety labels. This year is the year of the snake, but snakes may not be everyone's favorite animal. The stereotypical description of snakes often leads to negligence in snake conservation. Mimos and I talked to 3 veterinary students from the Hong Kong Society of Herpetology Foundation about their work with snakes.
Hong Kong is currently home to 50 species of wild snakes. Their habitats include greenery areas. Apart from snakes living in the wild, certain species such as corn and cane snakes are commonly kept as pets. But some pet snakes are eventually abandoned by their owners. The Hong Kong Society of Herpetology Foundation received about 40 abandoned snakes last year.
Normally, we take them to the vet to see if they have any diseases and also for a basic health checkup. And then we will assess their temperament because some of the snakes are really afraid of humans and we are not confident enough to allow them to have adoption.
Them were abandoned because of a lot of reasons such as travel, immigration to other countries. One of the ways to show them off, like my status, my outstanding personality.
As predators, snakes play a key role in stabilizing the ecosystem, for instance, in controlling the number of rats. However, snakes are depicted as vicious and devious in many cultures, creating challenges for snake conservation efforts.
I can't change how people think about this sort of species. Even my own family members, they still have some sort of stereotypical thoughts about snakes. And I just would try to pursue them like the snakes are not this venomous, the snakes are not this ferocious or as bad as we thought.
Unlike her classmate Leighton, Sania initially did not have a passion for reptiles and amphibians.
After working here for like 3 months, I'm starting to be interested in them and very curious in them about their behaviors and also requirements. This is the turning point where I actually started to love them. I'm trying to educate other people that they are actually cute and they are actually also suitable as pets, like dogs and cats.
The trio think reptiles deserve the same protection as other animals, hoping to increase public awareness of the importance of snakes in maintaining biodiversity.
What should people do if they see a snake in the wild? The foundation says to stay calm and not provoke them. They can then alert authorities such as the AFCD for assistance. Mimos 9, TVB News.
And in sports news, in October 2018, a helicopter crash at Leicester City's King Power Stadium killed 5 people, including the Premier League club's tie owner Vichai Srivadanaprabha. An inquest concluded on Tuesday that the crash was accidental. Vichai and 4 others were killed when a helicopter crashed in the club's car park and exploded after a match on October 27, 2018. The crash also killed the pilot, his partner, and Vichai's staff members. Vichai's family are actively continuing their legal action against Italian defense company Leonardo, the manufacturer of the helicopter. Leonardo said this month that it would defend itself against the high court claim. The family is seeking compensation for loss of earnings and other damages valued at £2.15 billion. That's the news. Wishing you a happy New Year of the Snake once again. Have a great evening and thanks for watching. Bye for now.